Are we on? Are we on? Okay. Hi, YouTube. So, my name is Mel, M-E-L, and I am new to YouTube. So, making a YouTube account is something that I've always wanted to do ever since I was like a teenager. So, this is kind of a big deal for me. So, this is going to be kind of a two-part video. The first one is just introducing myself, kind of briefly who I am, things I'm interested in, stuff like that. And the second part of the video is going to be about Stims. So if you don't know what Stims are, I will explain that and sort of the relevance to my life, also the relevance they can have to other people's lives and things like that in the second part. So first part, this video is going to be completely a one take. I don't have a fancy camera. I don't have editing skills. Those things will come in time. But yeah, so it's just, I'm taking this on my phone. I'm sorry if the audio is shitty. Just deal with me, okay? So, like I said, my name is Mel. I go by they, them pronouns. I am non-binary identifying, which basically, if you don't know what that means, it means that I neither identify as female or male. I am gender neutral. So, other things about me, I am 22 years old. This is slipping. I'm married. I'm in a partnership with my husband, and maybe sometime I will introduce him on my channel, but right now this is about me. So, I identify as pagan. That's my sort of spiritual, classifier, I guess you could say. And pagan is sort of just a general umbrella term. There's a lot of people who identify as pagan who may have different views. I'm not going to go really super in depth to that. Maybe I will later. Other things about me, I have anxiety and PTSD mostly are my diagnoses. And I'm not going to go really deep into that because I don't want to have to trigger warning this video. So we're not going to do that right now. This is not going to be a super emotionally heavy video. I am one of 5 children. I'm the eldest, and that is hard. My family lives like right across the street from us, and they don't really agree with a lot of things about our lifestyle, so that's kind of a daily challenge for me to balance who I am and what I enjoy with my family life. I'm really into psychology and things like that. I really like horror movies and psychological thrillers, which is why I'm wearing my It shirt with Pennywise on it. Yeah, I don't really have a preference between the new movie and the old movie. I think they're both great. The old movie is kind of slow moving, but I still like it. Some of my other favorite movies are the Matrix series, Lord of the Rings series, Sybil, which is sort of a psychological true story but also fiction about a woman with multiple personality, also called dissociative identity disorder. That's a really cool movie. I also like The Butterfly Effect, which is a really difficult movie to watch, just so you know. Don't like go watch it without reading the synopsis or whatever. I love to read. I love John Green books. I love the Warrior series, which is about clans of cats in the forest. Yeah, so a couple interesting quirks that I'm interested in. I love fairies and the fae folk. I don't identify as otherkin, but I love fairies. So if you don't know what otherkin is, it just basically means, I might screw up this definition. I'm sorry for any otherkin out there. Please do correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's people who identify as fae folk. I'm not really sure. I think it's people who feel like in the past they were fae, or maybe they are fae or something. I don't identify as that, but I think that's totally chill if you do. I like working with the fairies. I have a little fairy garden outside. I have like fairies all over our bookshelf and stuff, so yeah. I also love sea glass. We live in an area, I'm not gonna like say where we live or something, but we live in an area where we can go to the beach often, and we collect sea glass and I do art with it. So if you want to see something that I made recently, this is my sea glass bike. This is all sea glass that we collected at the beach, And just so you know, I did not create this template. This was taken off of Google. Somebody had a bike that was similar to this and I thought it was cool. And I'm starting out in art and thought that I would copy it. So credit to whoever made this. It was not my idea, but I did make this by hand. So close up. Yeah, that's something I made. I'm also working on an Emerald City diorama kind of thing. It's basically a driftwood looking castle that I got from the beach, and I'm decorating it to look like the Emerald City from Wizard of Oz. I'm also making a dragon slash snake out of, this is a natural piece of driftwood stick kind of thing that I got from the beach. Looks like a snake or maybe even a dragon from a Hayao Miyazaki movie, and I'm putting sea glass on it currently, but I don't have the right kind of glue right now, so this is on hold, but I will show you that. So back here on this table is my sea glass table. I have all kinds of colors and types of sea glass that I am working on. So here is the second part of the video, because I think we're at 6 minutes now. I don't want to make this too incredibly long. And this part of the video you can check out if you're not interested, or maybe you skip to this part if you don't care about me and you just want to hear about Stims. I don't know. But so Stims basically stands for like stimulator, stimulation, things like that. And basically they are toys or items. Not everybody likes toys, but sometimes they can be toys that are physically stimulating and pleasing to people who may have some kind of attention issue, sensory issue, sometimes like autism or ADHD or sensory integration disorder. I am not formally diagnosed with any of those things. Let me just be clear. I am not formally diagnosed with autism, spectrum disorder, or even ADHD or anything like that. But the reason I wanted to make this video is because I think there's a common misconception that Stims have to be only for those people who are diagnosed with that, and only people who are diagnosed with that can call them Stims. I don't believe that. I think Stims can be helpful for anyone who has anxiety, mental illness. You can hear I'm a little out of breath. I'm really anxious right now. Please just bear with me. I've never made a video before. But I'm going to show off one of my favorite Stims that I actually just got a couple days ago. And it's right here. It is... I'll just give you guys a look at it. So if you want to try to guess what it is, leave it in the comments. But I'm about to tell you what it actually is right now. So this kind of gives the impression of being like a snake, which I love because that's another thing I love is snakes and reptilians. It's very neat color-wise. It's got all kinds of different colors in it, kind of mermaidy, fairy kind of colors. If I could describe the texture, it's metallic, but it's very lightweight. If you rub it, it's kind of smooth, but it also has the feeling of scales, which I love. It's just super nice to just play with and touch. It's also very cold to the touch, unless I've been playing with it for a long time, and I am very temperature sensitive. I get overheated really easily, and so to play with something nice and cool in my hands is just super helpful to me. So now I will tell you what this actually is in practicality. This is the sheath of a computer wire. Yes, you heard me correctly. My dad, like I said, my family lives just right across the street from us. My dad's a computer nerd. He fixes, builds, sells, anything you could think of with computers. And so he found this wire. It's very long, as you can see. It's stretching completely across my arm length, which I like because I like to sometimes spin it and do weird things with it. So here is where the wire was. It was right in this hole. So what my dad did was he grabbed the wire with pliers and he stripped it out. And so now it's just the sheath, and it's not sharp or anything. It's very smooth and pleasant to play with, and he gave it to me because he was showing it to me, and I showed incredible interest and was like so enraptured by this thing. So he gave it to me, and it's now my favorite stim. I had to go to a doctor's appointment today, which makes me nervous, and I brought this with me, and they let me play with it during the exam and everything. Sea glass is actually another one of my favorite stims. There's all kinds of sea glass. Some are very, very round. Some are jagged on the edges. Some are, cloudy and kind of have an interesting texture. Some are really smooth, like normal glass. It just depends. There's all different kinds, which is why I love it so much. It really varies depending on the beach and depending on where you are, and most beaches that have sea glass are actually old dumping sites, so if they're really old, then a lot of the sea glass tends to be really smooth and round and like little marbles, and if it's new, then a lot of them tend to be really jagged. So yeah, that's another one of my favorite Stims. Something I really also like is ice packs. Like I said, I get overheated. I'm very temperature sensitive, so ice packs, anything that's cold, even cold cans of like soda, I just hold it against my face. It's super relaxing for me, gets me out of a panic attack or a PTSD attack like that. It just works so well for me. And lastly, this is not a commonly thought of, that's my husband sneezing in the background. Bless you. My other favorite stim, which is not usually thought of as a stim, is music. And the reason I say that that's a stim for me is because when I hear music, my brain automatically starts to process things and think very differently. So when it's silent, completely silent, I have a really hard time relaxing. It's not a relaxing environment for me. My mind starts to race and go all over the place. That rhymed. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Anyway, so yeah, I think that music, depending on the type I listen to and the lyrics or no lyrics depending, and just how it sounds, can really put me in a mood that is helpful. I'm getting a little overwhelmed right now filming this video, so I'm probably going to end it here. It's about 12 minutes now. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this first video. If you did, let me know in the comments. I don't know how many people are going to see this or not. I don't have any subscribers yet or anything like that, but if you liked this video, if you think it's helpful, please share, subscribe, let other people know about it. I would like to be able to help people or just make some friends or whatever. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to end a video. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to work on an outro. Okay. Thank you, YouTube, for watching, and I will see you later. Bye!